All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers that's pushing the word and listening. Today I want to get into an article. New York PD, NYPD using nuisance abatement law to force small businesses to install cameras. Agree to warrantless searches. Reason why I brought this article out. Just showing you how that they're pushing their so-called New World Order agenda. Pretty soon the chip is coming, but this is one of the stages that they push their agenda. Talking about the elite, there was elite international bankers. First scripture, because this is all that they're doing is basically trying to be like the Most High as far as putting these cameras in these different businesses to surveil people and be able to watch people. The so-called New World Order will be a complete surveillance state, meaning they'll be able to identify people through a network of camera systems and stuff like that, especially when that chip comes. When that chip comes, you'll be able to be identified. The government will they have eyes and ears through these different camera networks, and they will be able to identify a number of people on the block, for example. But the first scripture is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as a God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." The son of perdition, we know which the word perdition means destruction. Son of perdition is Esau. These Edomites, or the so-called white man. Now, he opposeth and exalteth himself above all, above all that is called God and that is worship. And he sitteth in the temple like this man, starting with the elites, they believe themselves to be gods, or like the Most High, because they have the power to establish their network of cameras. You read this article. Let's get into some bits and pieces of this article. This article was published on May 2nd, 2016 by Tech Dirt. I'm just going to read a few parts out of this article. It says, under the guise of policing nuisance businesses, certain precincts are targeting minority-owned businesses. Now, you got to watch out for Nate, man, because, it says he's a police, New York PD police. He's probably aware of this. Usually small bodegas, laundromats, etc. Yeah, the New York PD is targeting minority-owned businesses. It says, with abatement actions that force owners to either lose their source of income or capitulate to the NYPD's overreaching demands. One business owner was hit with a nuisance abatement action, one which could lead to his laundromat being closed for at least 30 days after undercover officers twice sold stolen goods to store customers. Sung Cho's laundromat had nothing to do with either sale other than being open for business when the sales were made, despite Cho's lack of culpability in the selling of stolen goods. The New York PD portrayed his business as a facilitator of illegal activity and hit his store. It says and hit his store with a restraining order. So this man's store got hit with a restraining order because two undercover police. Nate is an undercover police. Just throwing that out there. He probably knows something about this program within the NYPD. I wouldn't be surprised. But Sung Cho, which sounds like a Moabite, You know, his laundromat uh was targeted by the New York Police Department. Um, I'm gonna read this right here. It says, a judge who has presided over abatement cases. Remember, they said the precincts are targeting minorities. It says, a judge who has presided over abatement cases lends some credence to this conclusion. You never see the white bar owners from meatpacking districts in here. It's always some bodega owner from uptown, said the judge, who asked not to be named. It's a complete double standard. Even this judge knows that what they're doing is complete and utter bullshit, and it's racially biased. You know, because it says these Edomites are not being targeted, but these minorities are being targeted, and they use a heathen as an example for the story. But we know that the majority of owners are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, once served with a nuisance abatement actions, business owners are faced with a choice. They can fight the case and remain shut down until it's resolved, earning no income, or they can agree to the NYPD's demands, sign a settlement, and reopen. As a result, cases tend to get resolved quickly. So this is some wickedness, man. This is nothing but wickedness, man. Because they're forcing a business owner to either comply or be shut down and take food off their table, man. You know, this is nothing but wickedness from the government, and this is another example of government overreach, government overstepping their boundaries. That's why a lot of these Edomites, these so-called white people, are for Trump, so to speak, man. They're for Trump. That's one of the reasons, you know. But Trump, literally, these damn fucking devils know Trump. Trump is not gonna fight for this. This is not on Trump's agenda. But it says the end here appears to be expansion of the NYPD's already robust surveillance powers. See, the New York Police Department has everybody in that within that city under surveillance, you know, and they're pushing their agenda to have everybody being under surveillance. This says the laundromat owner, faced with losing his business, agreed to the police department settlement offer, one that gave the NYPD uninterrupted, warrantless access to his place of business. So you just let the government come in and infringe on your right to privacy, so to speak. He agreed to pay a $2,000 fine. So that $2,000 fine goes to the state or to the city. Maintain cameras that the NYPD can access at any time. So now the government, through the NYPD, can access his laundromat at any time and look in on the customers and see what they're doing at their leisure, and to allow the police to conduct warrantless searches if anyone is even accused of breaking the law at his business again. Whether a store employee or not, he faces escalating penalties. So this guy can face escalating penalties or more penalties if there even is another incident at his business. He could even get his store shut down. And these fines, this is nothing but a tax on a small business, which is going to lead to a lot of businesses getting put out of business, man. The government is putting heavy burdens on these small businesses. And most of these are owned by minorities of the other nations, of the heathen nations, which is going to eventually lead to this prophecy being fulfilled right here. And this is Isaiah 50 verse 16. It says, cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. See, it starts off. See, tyranny just don't start overnight. It starts off with measures like this: NYPD nuisance abatement laws. It starts off with that, then it becomes the oppression sword, which comes in the form of martial law and troops, foreign troops. See, it says, cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own country. So these different government agencies, starting with the NYPD, well, they're going to keep on putting different burdens on these small business owners, especially the heathen from other nations like Sung Cho, which by his name sounds like he's a heathen from another nation. And this prophecy is going to be fulfilled in Jeremiah 50 and 16. It says, for fear of the oppressing sword, they're not even going to be able to make money. They shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. And that's what's going to happen. They're gonna go to their own land. They're gonna say, fuck this. We ain't making as much money as we used to in America, man. Because all the money that we're making is going to fines, fees, and penalties. Like up to fines climb as high as $15,000. And as this government, as the government keeps on, the economy keeps on falling, you know, the government is going to be looking for more ways to squeeze citizens and people. It's called pressure from above and pressure from below. Squeezing out small businesses and basically propping up these corporations that are controlled by the elites or the puppets of the elites. Now let's see what this devil had to say about it. An NYPD official contacted by ProPublica isn't shy about the desire to expand the NYPD surveillance dragnet. He's all about it. Robert Messner, who heads the NYPD Civil Enforcement Unit, which handles the cases, said during an interview with Daily News in December that his unit does not keep a database of businesses required to maintain cameras. He said their purpose is to make the neighborhoods safer and help the police solve crimes. No, you're the secret agenda. It was all done under the guise of keeping the neighborhood safer and helping police solve crimes. But no, this is to push the New World Order's agenda, man. The surveillance state, the chip. That's what it really is. But that's what they just tell you sheeple, you zombies. No, this is to make the neighborhood safer, to help police solve crimes. No, it's to push this New World Order agenda. He goes on to say, we want everybody to install cameras. We think that's the greatest, he said. He's also not afraid to say why he prefers nuisance abatement proceedings to other statutes the NYPD has at its disposal to handle these sorts of problems. You know, because this is a faster, more efficient, easy way to get small business owners, mainly minority business owners, that includes you Jakes, you small minority within a minority that owns small businesses, to comply with the government agenda of pushing the surveillance state, the New World Order agenda. That's why the scriptures say we are not ignorant to Satan's devices. You know, this is just the article that I wanted to bring out through the Spirit. You know, because this is the year to push. You know, and a lot of things are happening. See, Esau is pushing his wickedness in the society. So we gotta push righteousness. We gotta show why this society has to be destroyed, why it is going to be destroyed, and that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy this society. So the last scripture that I'll leave you with is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the right, Shalakia, the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Yeah, woe means destruction. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. You know, continue to watch, continue to pray. Shalom.